Hey everyone, thanks for stopping by the Standards Weekly Check-In. I'm Colin. Behind the camera we got Heavy Metal Dylan.
What's up?
Today we are going to be getting into some staff picks, flipping through some new arrivals and recently priced records, and addressing your questions at the end of the video. I think we have an all-used flip through today. So fans of classic vintage vinyl records, you ever heard those words?
Yeah.
You love them.
I love those words. Those words are really cool to listen to.
I think that's all we have today. I'm making up for last week where I think it was all new stuff. Anyways, as always, if you see anything you like, you can hit the DMs on Instagram, give the shop a ring, or just cruise in. We're open 11 to 8, 7 days a week. Dylan, I'm curious what you've been listening to, my friend. I see these records over here. I want to hear your thoughts on them.
Yeah, it's Albert King, Masterworks, and Years Gone By. I just think they're delightful to listen to.
Yep.
Because it's just good old blues rock or blues guitar singing.
Electric blues.
Yeah, there you go. Try to think of the words. But it's just nice to listen to. It's just chill.
Grown-up music.
Sure.
Yeah. I've been having a blast. I love this record. I've loved this record for a long time. You mess with this one?
No, you were singing it the other day though.
Yeah, it's good.
But I don't remember how it goes anymore.
You don't like hip hop, bro?
I like hip hop, yeah.
What do you think about Apache? Jump on it, jump on
It's
it.
on that record?
No, but the song they sample for that I think is on here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Which is Popcorn?
No, Apache song, which is originally I think a Venture, maybe either Ventures or Shadows. It's originally an instrumental song from the '60s, and it's all like Moog stuff. They did like one of the first pop albums to use like the Moog synthesizer. So technically, synth pop starts here. Like so, the hot butter had to walk so Depeche Mode could run. It's like a really the main song, Popcorn. You recognize it instantly if you hear it. I
don't know. I thought you were in the Catalina Star Wars song.
No, the Cantina. No. Well, maybe that's not that far off. Anyways, a weird little instrumental novelty record, but surprisingly, I just love it. You can't listen to at least the track Popcorn and not smile. Brings a smile to my face every time I hear it. Great record. Thoroughly recommended. Speaking of great records, let's look through some great records.
All right.
You ever play RPGs, like old RPGs, Final
SNES?
Fantasy, like that?
I tried. I can never get into regular RPGs in general.
I always forget you're like a boy when it comes to games.
Yeah, I like basketball, football, UFC, boxing, wrestling,
the one aspect
GTA.
of your life where you're a man, like a perpetually 19-year-old Maxim reading boy from 2006.
Yeah.
Kind of perfect.
Yeah.
So everyone I know with video games is such a nerd.
But me?
Yeah.
I'm just like GTA 5, Spider-Man 2.
I was just talking.
That's it, period.
I was just talking to a friend, and he was talking about some games I'd never He starts saying those Japanese games, and I'm just like, I don't even. There's that's the funny thing about a nerd hierarchy. You can realize when you're out nerded. You're like, I like Dragon Warrior and Final Fantasy, and then someone starts coming at you with fucking Shuriken Emblem 18.
Yes.
This one's all text, and you have to mail the responses in, and they mail it back to you. The company isn't in business anymore, but there's fans who keep the letter writing system alive. It's like, all right. I just like to, beat monsters and see my levels go up, and I feel like a nerd for that. But no, that's not real nerd shit. But no, I've been playing this Game Boy. I got this Game Boy emulator, so I've been playing all these Game Boy games. Cut off from the world, just isolating myself.
Honestly, kind of jealous. I've seen you in action. I kind of wish I don't want one because I know what it would do to my brain, but
I don't want you to have one either. I don't trust you with a Game Boy, frankly, especially in terms of working in the store.
Nah.
I don't think much would get done.
No.
I'm being honest.
Nah, everything will get done. That's just more, tempted to get to the Game Boys, the finished work really fast.
Yeah? Okay. So you have the Game Boy at home and finish work to go home and play.
No, I would bring the Game Boy with me and then play iCarly on the Game Boy Advance.
Listen, we all want to play iCarly on Game Boy Advance,
Yes.
but no, you can't. So the problem with it being portable is the temptation's right there. You're not going to play. You're not going to put it off. Vile, vile temptation of iCarly on Game Boy Advance.
Which he's played, by the way. I've seen him play iCarly, the Drake and Josh, and the Cheetah Girls game.
Hey.
That game's impossible. Look up gameplay of the Cheetah Girls game.
Viewer questions. This is the part of the video where we answer questions left on last week's YouTube comment section. Leading off, John DeMonico says that he has just found our channel. He says he likes the Bulldoze and the Beyond records on the wall. So, man of fine, distinct tastes. Said he's going to watch more videos. Now, Dylan,
Yes.
I've said this before.
Yeah.
So I'll say it again.
Yes.
If you think I'm too proud to read compliments on myself left on the YouTube comment section, you're crazy. I'm going to read them every time.
I know. I started cringing once I realized what kind of comment this was.
Yeah.
And I was like, damn it.
Thank you for the comment. Keep watching videos every week. Next up, Glory Good leaves a comment saying that they listened to the Fleetwood Mac Rumors on compact disc. So it was cranked up mastering wise, way too bright, way too loud. Switches over to the OG vinyl copy, says it sounds great. Wondering what the issue is as far as like EQ, mastering, what have you. And yeah, the answer is generally mastering. I know it's like, vinyl record store, we're supposed to be like anti-digital or something like that, but truthfully, a Fleetwood Mac or any big artists like that, they can digitize their music fine. They have enough money to get it done properly. Whether they choose to get it done properly or not is a different question. Yeah, this is like the kind of classic loudness wars issue, which was very big in the 2000s, even 2010s, where just everything got mastered punishingly loud. I don't have like an expert ear. I don't understand the real science of this stuff, but I have been in rooms where recordings are mastered while they're being mastered, and it's really interesting, because you can hear, like, my test, if you will, is to kind of have a conversation and have the album playing in the background quietly. And like, if it just feels overpowering and you feel like you need to talk over it, like your voice is raising to kind of get over it, that's not just a volume issue, but it's probably a mastering issue. And that is just, they're just cranking it in the red to make it sound super bright. And Rumors is, of course, one of like the best sounding albums ever. So like, that's one where you'll absolutely be able to tell, like, usually with loud metal music or something, it's just like, it's more punishing and brutal and harsh and everything. But people apply that same logic to mastering everything, just put everything through the same methodology, more or less. So it's if the album was mastered during that time, unless it was done by someone who really knows what they were doing, then you're in for a real fun treat as far as punishment on the ears. Ear fatigue, as it were. I've noticed the pendulum swinging the other way. I think records now, if maybe it's just because they're predominantly being mastered for either streaming or vinyl, you do kind of get a little quieter of albums. However, I've also noticed that the quietness does not necessarily translate to a richness. So I think of people who are behind the old mixing board there, they're like, oh, well, it's not, what was that Metallica album that got so much shit? Was it Death Magnetic? That was the one that was just mastered.
Was it Death Magnetic?
I don't know. One of those.
Hardwire?
If so long as it's not one of those records that's just cranked way too loud, they're like, oh, it's great, it's quiet. But then it's not as, dynamic or rich. This is all to say that there's no like single bullet that like, well, here's how it sounds good. Any place along the supply chain or manufacturing, if someone's not paying the utmost attention to it, putting a lot of care into it, the recording is going to be not very pleasant to listen to, unfortunately. So trust your ears, they're right. And unfortunately, that's generally like why people are kind of obsessed with original pressings and all that. Sure, there's a collector thing, but there is some real rubber meets the road to it. But that said, there are, you know, I'll take a new pressing of a Led Zeppelin record against like a 70s Columbia record house press from like the late 70s. I've heard some of those that are abysmal, or one that's been, you know, listened to death on a teenager's stylus in the 60s over and over again. Not going to be much life into that. This stuff will drive you crazy if you let it. I recommend letting it, and just seeing where it goes. Dylan, you're a loudness wars survivor.
Yeah.
You like it loud?
I love it loud.
Hell yeah, dude. That's all we got for this video. If you have any questions you would like to see in next week's video, leave a question or comment in the YouTube comment section. We'll get to it next week. Thanks for watching, everyone. Peace. Da, 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 da.